This is a budgetary worksheet where we have a number of managers over on the side here who are authorized to spend of this 150,000 we're starting out with their own allotments of expenditure. So what we need to do is come up with a series of formulas that will kind of follow what we've spent, how much we've got left over up to a certain point in time, and to kind of just be able to track it as we're working here so we can get an idea if we're coming close to maybe running out of budget, too early, or do we have an excess where maybe, we have to take actions against that or for that. But whatever it is, we want to see that. So ultimately, let me just show you here, we're going to come up with this one here. This is what we're going to have. This is the done version, what we're going to have here. So you'll see how we start out with the 150. They spend this amount. They spent that much, which would be 13 in that case. We'll take that 13 from that. They give us this, and then that will carry over to here, and then on and on. Okay, so quite a bit of number of calculations, but nothing real major here. But ultimately, what we're going to be finding by the time we get towards the end of the year there, we're actually running out of money. All right, and we have to figure out what we need to do at that point. But because if we leave it go, we're going to be about 25 grand in the hole or over budget. So anyway, so that's what we're going to use these calculations to figure out. So in this case, if we start with 150,000, we need to know what this adds up to. Now we could just say our balance would be taking this, minus this, minus this, minus this, minus this. I mean, we don't want to do that. So what we can do is we'll put a calculation here that will add up all these numbers. Now, I would tell you normally we would probably want to just use the auto sum to add that up. And we could very easily, like I did before, you can click onto that. That will then add up not only that number, but the rest of them, and we don't want that number added up, but we just want these. So we could actually then just kind of select as that, enter it in, and we'd have our number. Now, I don't want to do it that way. So just for the sake of the fact that this class or this series of videos in this section, we're kind of dealing with the the non-function type formulas, meaning the formulas that don't have names. I'm just plain old simple formulas. So I just want to kind of stick with that. But keep in mind, if you're sitting there saying, Chip, you're an idiot, we're going to go with the sum. Go ahead. All right, that's fine. But we'll just kind of keep it at this level. So to do this calculation, what we want to do is we do like an equal, right? And we would take that number and then hit plus, that number 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 plus, that number. All right, we're done. All right, so you hit the enter key, puts in your 13,000. All right, so now we want to take that number minus that number to come up with our balance, right, as of January. So we'll type in equal. All right, we'll take that 150,000 minus. All right, so we hit our minus, and then we click on the 13,000, enter it in, there it is. So January, after spending what we've done, we're left still with 137 out of 150. Now, next thing, we need to get that number to appear here. All right, so how do we do that? Well, you're going to click onto this cell here. We're going to say equal. And what we're going to do is we're going to kind of carry over a number from a different area. So in essence, what we're going to say is we want to take, you can almost think of the equal as the word take. I want to take the content of that cell there and link it to this one here. So I'm doing that by just referencing that cell address, see? So I hit the enter key, and there we go. Not bad. So now that looks good. Now the other thing is that because we've got that formula in, well, let's do the rest of this first. So on this next one here, we need to add up these numbers. Now because we have already done the formula here, right? we could actually copy this over. So if we copy the formula over to here, the reference to B will change to C, to D, to E, and so forth. That's what we want it to do. So we're going to take this bottom right-hand corner, drag it all the way across like that. There we go. We'll fix the pounds in just a second. And then we're going to do the same thing with the balance here. We're going to drag that all the way over. All right. And then we're going to take this one that we just got done doing. So this is referencing that cell there. Now when I copy it over, this will be referencing this cell. And that's what we'd want to bring over to begin March with. You get it? So all we really have to do is go to the bottom corner of this one, get a little fill handle, drag it across, let go, and there we go. Now, you'll see all these pound symbols in there. That's letting you know that the number that's trying to be displayed in there is wider than the actual column width. Now that poses no problem whatsoever, because here's how we'll fix it. Normally, I would tell you that if you want to change the width and get the width perfect here, all you have to do is you point between D and E, get the double tipped arrow, double click it. And that'd be fine. And you could do that for each and every one of these, right? Easier way is to do them all at once. And that's where we would hit the select all. That's this guy right here. Hit that select all button, everything gets selected. That means I can go to any border that I want here, point to it, get that double tipped arrow, double click it, and boom, it fixes it just like that. That's not too bad, all right? And works out really nice. So there you go. The other minor thing here would be the formatting didn't come over perfectly, all right? And that's something that I kind of overlooked. Not a big deal. But in order to do that, normally what I would say is let's click onto here, right? And we'll hit the paintbrush here. And then we can actually, and what that does is that when you do that on this cell, it takes all the formatting of that cell, all right, puts it into memory, and you can see how it's kind of hanging off as a paintbrush here. And then I can just go across like that and let go, click away from it, and normally it would come in. Now, what happened? Well, evidently, the top border of this cell is actually not, this is not the top border of that cell. It's actually the bottom border of that cell. That's a little one, right? Little quirk, I guess. I mean, it's always going to be that way. So what you do instead is, I don't mind this look being on my numbers going all the way across because they're all the same, all right? So I'll just click onto this one. Now this one, this cell here, has the border only at the bottom, all right? And then has the formatting of the cell. So you click onto that one, hit the paintbrush, go across like this, let go, click away, perfect. So no real problem there. The other little thing too is, you know, as far as the size goes here, when I had told you to go up to here to click onto that and then kind of double click it, all right, that was about the best we could do. Now you look at this other one I've got here, it seems like this is a little bit tighter in here, all right? And if I kind of went back and forth and looked at it, the big difference is what? I don't know. It doesn't look like it's, looks like it's a matter of just kind of formatting the width of the formatting of this one here. The dollar symbols are closer, so there's not taking up as much room, but not a big deal. So you can see that difference between the two. If you wanted to, what you could do is we could go on this one, select these guys, all right? Hit the painter, right? Go back to the carryover, right? And then select these guys all the way across, all right? And then what we can do is see what happens. And we probably have to do the same thing too with the top row. So these guys here, you might have to select those. All right, hit the paintbrush, then we can click onto here and, you know, kind of fix that up. Then I can go back now on my original here, hit my select all, double click it, and it comes in because there's less width being taken up there. I mean, and it's not anything. It's not a big deal. We could have also just brought the zoom down a little bit, and that would have also kind of made it, you know, come in as well. But this is good. So hopefully this this kind of layout might fit with some of the worksheets that you're putting together. And if so, great. You know, use some of these little tips and tricks here. But I appreciate you watching the video. Hope you did like the video, and we'll talk to you later. We'll have more videos here. Take care.